Hey David, it's so nice to be here today. I'm so excited about getting the opportunity to see Bill Clinton. I just am just excited. That's all I know to say.
I am too. And just a document, see, I'm standing here with Grace to see Bill Clinton.
April 4th, 2008.
Good looking dressed up people since we raided a bunch of Bush supporters in a cockfight up in Wingate. It is a pleasure for me to get to be here today, and I know you folks are getting impatient, and I am too. But we got somebody that's very important that's coming out here in a little bit, and he's important because he's married to the next president of the United States. I know we're running a little bit late, but isn't it worth it? The man on his time has been real evident for the last morning, this morning and this afternoon. So this is why he's running a little bit late, but we'll tell you that the sorry we're running late, but we appreciate everybody being here in Sweet Union. And the home of Andrew Jackson, who was born here. Now, a little space across from us claiming some too. We know he was born. And you and Jesse Helm are. And Sammy Fallon was down the road here on the side. And you've been known for over the years. And then the first home, your good friend, was his dad lived here in Monroe for a good long while. And so you're in friendly country and with the best country that you can find anywhere in the human race. We know that times are hard as far as getting out and getting to see everyone. But y'all are doing a tremendous job, and we appreciate it. And I am so glad to introduce to you, and he needs no introduction, that the President of the United States, which his wife Hillary, will be the next president. And I hope that they call you, I know that they're calling her the First Lady, you the first gentleman. I am honored to be here, and I'd like to thank Senator Potter for his support for being around here with us today. He's been making the trip. I want to thank the previous speaker, Congresswoman Donna Christensen from the Virgin Islands. I've heard all that history, and I realized I was at the epicenter of North Carolina politics. I want to tell you, first, I hope you know how important North Carolina is in this process. And I hope you know that Hillary all the way along has stood up to the right of every state to vote all the way to the end, as well as the right of the voters who've already voted in Florida and Michigan to have their votes counted. That's the American way, and that's certainly the Democratic way. I also, I don't know if you've seen this highly unusual television ad that Hillary has put up, but it's completely atypical. The USA Today even ran a big story on her television ad in North Carolina where she invites people to ask her questions. And then says they're going to pick representative questions, and she's going to go out and see the people who sent the questions in and answer them and put them up on television. And I think this is typical of the campaign she's run. But let me just say, if you have a question that I don't answer today, and you want her answer, you can go to NC, North Carolina, ncaskme.com, ncaskme.com. Put the question on there, and they'll answer it regardless over the internet. But we're going to film some of these answers with the people who ask the questions and put them up, because I find that in a presidential campaign that people are watching as closely as this one, a lot of these paid ads don't amount to a hill of beans. But people do like it if you're talking to them and responding to them. So we're going to try something, as far as I know, nobody running for president has ever done. Just make the whole television campaign about responding to you and talking about our nation's future. It's typical of the way this campaign's been run. If you look around this audience today, this is the way Hillary thinks America ought to work. I mean, look at us. Here we are, without regard to age, our race, our gender. We don't have any idea where we go to church, but we love our country and we want our country to go forward together. We believe America works better when it's a country of shared prosperity, shared opportunities, shared responsibilities, and where we're respected as a force for peace and security and cooperation in the world. And we're a long way from there today, which is why people are participating in this election and care so much about it. So thank you for being here. I just talked to Hillary on the phone, and she said to say hello, and she's sorry she's not there, and I told her she could send me to North Carolina every day from now to the election. It suit me fine. When we were very, very young, Hillary and I, we had a remarkable vacation on the Outer Banks, and first time I ever saw a kitty hawk. And I've come to North Carolina many times. 21 years ago, when I decided not to seek the presidency in 1988, we had a vacation in Asheville. And I got to look around that part of North Carolina. And since then, I've come here a lot. And I think I came about as close to carrying as any Democrat has in a long time, less than 1 point in 92 and about 2.5 points in 93, if I remember right.
We love you,
Bill. I believe if you nominate her, she'll come back here and try to set that right and make sure we got a democratic country all over America. But that's the good news. But let me talk about what else. 2 months later, on June the 8th, 1968, I graduated from college. And it was the culmination of Martin Luther King's last project, because the Poor People's March on Washington occurred. Representative Christensen said she was there too. And what happened is these thousands of poor folks from all over America came, and they camped out on the mall in Washington, D.C. And it was muddy, it was raining like crazy. And so they had to put down planks for people to walk. And all these people lived in tents. And they were basically campaigning for an America that fought inequality and fought poverty and gave poor people a chance to move into the middle class, because there was too much inequality in America. First of all, you got to realize that this is the only country in the world where you get this response. In other words, only rich country. Every other rich country has found a way to provide affordable health care to all its people. So if you just went to some other country, Germany, say, not just Canada, Germany, Japan, a $30,000 birthday, why are you going to do it? He said, because he's the only one who ever did anything for us up here. He said, now these other politicians, they're as nice as they can be, but they know all the votes are down in New York. So they just come in here and they have pictures, make speeches. They're just really nice, but nothing ever happens. Now, when she comes up here, we sit down in the room, she listens to us, we come up with a plan, she always does what she says she's going to do. And he said, you know, about half the time, something really good happens. Now, that's what you need a president for in America right now, to make something really good happen. And she's the best